Isa ka ba sa mga sumubaybay sa awayang Denise Julia at BJ Pascual? I'm going to be honest. Mali tayong lahat sa opinion natin, no? Or sa paghuhusga natin nung unang pumutok ang balita. In fact, I even removed my past video kasi I honestly believe doon sa unang video na ginawa ko si BJ Pascual. Nung sinabi niya na nanggigigil siya kay Denise Julia for being unprofessional, I would have to apologize for this. Siguro, I just assumed because BJ is someone na nirerespeto ko rin, no? Tinitingala ko din. I just assumed na tama siya in all of this. Completely siya. Walang mali, walang mintya. At tama naman ang lahat na talagang dapat pakinggan natin ang side ng bawat isa. Mali tayo doon. Miski ako mali yung judgment ko doon eh. Anyway, I waited for this issue na matapos bago natin gawan ng reaction dito. Pero naaalala ko, grabe nung Pasko, sobrang dami nagme-message sa akin na react na to. Sabi ko, grabe kayo. Teka lang kayo, magpahinga muna tayong lahat, di ba? Mag-distress muna tayong lahat. Pero ang dami talaga. May kinalaman dito yung ating question of the day ngayong gabi ha. Para sa mga gusto sumali sa 1,000 Gcash giveaway natin, abangan nyo yung tanong natin sa dulo ng video na to. Anyway, ito yung kabuuan sa awayang Denise Julia at BJ Pascual. BJ and Killa Kush Podcast. Dito nag-umpisa ang lahat. Just a few days before Christmas, nag-release ng podcast si Killa Kush kung saan sinabi ni BJ Pascual na ito yung worst celebrity experience ko. At yan ay si Denise Julia. Marami agad yung nagalit kay Denise Julia sa kwentong ito. Even me, because lumabas na parang sobrang unprofessional niya, wala siyang pakialam kay BJ. Sabi kasi ni BJ Pascual, no, paigsiin na lang po natin na parang bigla-bigla na lang siyang nag-cancel, na ang dami niya nang nagastos, tapos bigla siyang kinancelan dun sa photoshoot nila. Nagigil ang buong internet kay Denise Julia. At dahil dito, nangyari na nga yung social media break. Nag-post si Denise Julia na magso-social media detox daw siya. Ay, hindi ko po alam if may kinalaman to sa issue niya para makaiwas siya doon, posible, or dahil let's face it, masarap po talaga mag-social media detox, especially pag ganitong holidays, no? Kung saan kasama natin yung pamilya natin and we need to be 100% present, di ba? Pero, dahil nga sa post niya na yan, lalo lang nainis yung mga tao. Sabi nila, teka, tumatakas ka ba sa responsibilidad mo? Tumatakas ka ba doon sa accountability na tinatawag? And to be honest, ito rin kasi yung major criticism ko dito. All of these could have been avoided kung nag-usap lang talaga silang dalawa. Kung sinabi lang, ay, sorry, di ba? Hindi yung napalaki pa na napalaki. Anyway, dahil na nga nainis ang mga tao, lalo nag-uusap ang mga tao, Noche Buena, himbis na nagluluto ang mga tao ng pagkain, dito sila nakatutok. At dahil dyan, end of social media break. Bigla-bigla, nag-post si Denise Julia. Pakita natin dito, sabi niya na magpo-post siya sa kanyang social media break at magpo-post sa Pasko sa kanyang IG stories. Kailangan niya raw linawin ang lahat. And even ended the thread by saying, Merry Christmas. Marami na naman yung nainis. Siyempre, honestly, miski ako. Papaka-honest po ako sa inyo. Kasi Paskong Pasko, di ba, nag-aaway. Ang hula ko lang, no, kung pupunta natin yung side niya, I guess hindi niya na rin kinayanan yung pangungutya sa kanya ng mga tao. Kaya hindi niya naman ma-post ng 24 kasi kinocompose niya pa yung thoughts niya or inaaral niya pa yung mga screenshots na ilalabas niya. And then, Christmas came. Nakaabang ang lahat at ang dami nagpo-post. Naalala ko, miski sa private Facebook ko po no, na hindi sila makapag Noche Buena, kakahintay ng screenshots na ilalabas nitong si Denise Julia. Eto na nga, the Denise Julia screenshots. Sa mga screenshots, pinakita niya na noong July 18, 2024, okay, ito usapan, 600K. Dito pa, sabi niya, only confirm yung budget 3 days before the agreed shoot day. Nakalagay din dyan sa screenshot niya yan. Kung saan lumabas na 1.2 million yung hinihingi ng team ni BJ. Usapan ito, ganito po kasi talaga usapan ng budget, di ba? Sila naman, nag-counter, wala pong mali dito ha, professional na usapan kasi talaga yung ganito. Nag-counter sila na 800K ang kaya nila. Syempre, kung mas mapapababa mo yung cost mo, okay naman yun, di ba? Malinaw dito, sa mga screenshots na to, nakikita ko na miscommunication, yung naging problema talaga. And I think, hindi ko sinasabing normal to, pero nangyayari talaga to, no, sa professional setting. Okay, nag-message siya kay BJ Pascual. Okay, nagre-reach out daw siya para humingi ng paumanhin sa mga shortcomings niya bilang isang artista. Aminado naman siya, ang layo dun sa unang inisip ko din sa kanya, ay mukhang maldita nga to. Yun yung kasi yung unang kwento eh. Yung first impression ko kasi first time ko lang din siya nakilala, pero hindi naman pala. Sabi niya, iniidolo niya pa nga ito sa industriya. Pero sabi niya, sana sa atin na lang yung naging usapan. Sana, dinirekta mo na lang siya sa akin para hindi na pinalaki ng mga tao. And totoo naman, diba? And honestly, nag-resonate din sa akin to. Lahat tayo, we were too quick to judge Denise Julia. Miski ako, mali tayong lahat dito and I want to apologize to her as well. Kasi, I think lahat naman tayo, no? Ako, na-experience ko din yung ganyan. Alam mo yung masama tayo sa kwento ng iba. Siyempre, kwento nila yon eh. Which is why we are making this content, no? Para itama yung pagkakamali natin. Ako, naamin ko yun. Dahil, hindi naman talaga nagtatapos sa pagkakamali ang isang pagkakamali. Which is why I hate cancel culture. Matatapos ang pagkakamali kung itatama natin ito, kung mag-a-apply tayo sa natutunan natin sa pagkakamaling ito, or yung isang road which is wala kang pakialam sa pagkakamali mo, mamili ka ng ending mo. Pero hindi nagtatapos ang pagkakamali sa pagkakamali lang mismo. May choice tayo kung saan tayo pupunta. Yun lang. Pero, pupunta naman tayo sa side ngayon ni BJ Pascual. BJ Pascual, receipts. Ayan, may resibo din siya. Dito, inihayag niya ang lahat ng mga resibo niya. Ang dami rin. Kung saan, binasa ko rin, no, pinapakita niya lahat ng pagkakamali doon sa side ni Denise Julia. Hindi daw kasi kumpleto yung, parang gano'n, no? Parang hindi kumpleto yung inere ni Denise Julia. Ito yung kabuuan pag-uusap. That being said, I think it's okay to admit na nagkamali din siya by airing this publicly. Yun lang din yung pagkakamali niya. Nag-rant siya doon sa podcast. Anyway, sabi niya naman kay Julia, no, nag-usap, parang maayos naman sila after this na nagpasalamat siya for acknowledging the disrespect, yung perang nawala kay BJ Pascual, pati yung inconvenience na na-experience siya. I can really feel na busit talaga si BJ Pascual. He even ended by saying na, sana, Denise, maka-move on tayo parehas dito. Sana, parehas tayo may matutunan. No? Hindi lang basta nakaka-move on. May matutunan para mas mapaganda pa, no, yung sistema ng industriya nila na ginagalawa. At the end of the day, magkakatrabaho itong dalawang to. Maliit lang ang mundo. Pero may isa tayong sisilipin dito. Eto, si Kila Kush. Ayun. As for her, naglabas si Denise Julia ng isang screenshot kung saan sinabi niya kay Kila Kush na, thank you, see you in court. May demandahang magaganap. Hindi ko na po naabutan po, no? Hindi na natin kakalkalin kung naipush pa ito, kung ano nangyari. Sabi nila si BJ Pascual din daw. May nakikita ko po sa mga screenshots ng mga balita. Hindi na po natin kakalkalin yan. But I think okay naman na sila. Nakapag-usap na sila. At walang mananalo sa isang demandahan, no? Pwera na lang dito. Feeling ko busit na busit si Denise Julia sa kanya. Sabi niya, na assuming nagagawa niya ng TikTok itong pangyayaring ito, idadagdag niya daw doon sa lawsuit kay Kila Kush. Ito yung sa akin dito, nag-resonate sa akin dito. And sa kanya ako medyo nainis. Kasi alam mo yung kaibigan mo na naghihintay lang pagkakamali mo. Yung kaibigan mo na naghihintay ng comment ng ibang tao para maki-ride in sila at sabihin na, naghihintay maghanap ng kakampi laban sa'yo. I think ganun yung relasyon nila, no? Siya yung nagre-resonate sa akin. Hindi ko po alam kung ano yung pribadong relationship nilang po dalawa, no? Kung gaano sila ka-close as friends. Hindi ko po alam yon. Pero maraming ganung tao sa buhay ko. Yun, siya yung nagre-resonate sa akin ganun. Anyway, I hope na nai-explain ko po sa inyo ang buong kwento. Kasi to be honest, sobrang daming invested dito. Pero ayoko talaga siyang gawan over the holidays, no? Private ko na lang din yung last video ko. Kasi, Christmas, mga ate ko. Christmas na Christmas. Tapos nag-aaway-away tayo lahat. I also hope na hindi na sila magkademandahan dito at sana natuto sila. Di ba? Isang lesson din sa ating lahat, no, na sana pag nagkamali din tayo, i-admit din natin. And here, nagkamali tayo. No? We were too quick to judge Denise Julia. Yes, no? Hindi ko sinasabing perfect si Denise Julia. May pagkakamali siya. Bata siya. Marami pa siyang pwedeng matutunan. dun sa miscommunication, sa pagiging professional, there were areas na sa kanya na very unprofessional talaga. Pero, naitatama lahat itong mga to, no? At yun ang maganda dito kasi mas naintindihan natin yung kwento. Ayun lang, di ba? Happy ending naman. Si Kilakas lang ata ang hindi. Hindi ko alam kung ipupush ni Denise Julia to. Anyway, ito lang ang magsasabi ko. Paano tayo magkakaayos-ayos lahat kung hindi natin aayusin ang pag-uusap at hindi natin itatama yung mga bagay na nagawa nating mali? Ayun lang. So, para sa question of the day natin, ito yung tanong ko sa inyo. Sa mga gusto manalo 1,000 Gcash giveaway, mag-like, subscribe at notification bell kayo. Sa tingin nyo ba, deserve ni Denise Julia ang isang apology sa ating lahat? I-comment nyo sa ilalim. So, yun lamang po. Ito si Clara III at ito ang aking kwento.
So we reached out to BJ back in May because we really wanted to work with him for my upcoming project, which is the EP that I released. And despite us following up many times and not getting replies for weeks at a time, which I will be posting the screenshots of after this, we were patient and pushed back our deadlines to accommodate BJ's schedule because we knew that he was booked and busy. So I actually had to move my release date because I wanted to respect the fact that he was working and he had a lot of things to do. And as someone who really was a fan and really wanted to work with him, I wanted to adjust my time and my release date instead so that we can really work together for the album art and the shoot. So I'm gonna put in the screenshots of that after this. We met for a total of 2 times on Zoom, and me and BJ had a couple of personal calls so that we could have an exchange of ideas, and we were both very excited for it. I still couldn't believe it at that time that I was working with him. We had a couple of things that we wanted to do for the first time, which I was really excited about. And on July 18, which is the screenshot that I had posted, my manager gave them a budget of $650,000 all in all for both the music video and photo shoot. Because initially it was just a photo shoot that we planned to do, but BJ kind of insisted that he wanted to try doing a music video for the first time, which I would not be against, since even at that time it was surreal for me that he was down to do that. So BJ's team did not get back to us about this budget despite my manager checking in and following up to make sure that the budget is doable to begin with, because we can't really have a shoot date without us being sure if the budget is even feasible for them, because on our end we understand if this is not something that they can work with. We would have pulled back immediately already from the start if they had only told us that this is not doable for them. That's not the price range that they can work with. We will respect that and just move on, move past it, and maybe work in the future for a different type of thing where both of us can align. So I posted the screenshot already of this, but they sent us an updated cost sheet of 1.2 million pesos, which is around 3 weeks after we sent our initial budget and kept on following up if it was feasible. This was 3 days before the shoot, and since we had already given our budget beforehand, we still tried to stretch it to 800K because I know that we really wanted to do this. We were thinking of not doing the music video anymore, and we would just stick to 2 layouts. So my manager was trying to give out options so that we can still do it, so that none of the efforts go to waste. And I will be posting the screenshots of him saying all of that, and also the dates where we were trying to follow up so that you can have a better context. So after stretching the budget to 800,000 pesos, they came back on August 12, 2 days before the shoot, with a revised amount of 1 million pesos. This is why we wanted to be clear from the very start if that budget that we gave was doable or if it was feasible, because if not, we really would have pulled back from the shoot, out of respect also to them, that if that's not their rate, and we couldn't afford it, then we respect that to pull back from it. But even then, I remember my manager was trying to figure out ways to make it work. Out of respect for BJ's team and their time and efforts, I'm gonna include the screenshots of that here because I feel like in the podcast, those are the details that were left out. So, I know in the podcast they said that I was the one who canceled on the shoot, but in reality, my manager was still trying to make it work. He suggested to push the shoot to a later date so that none of the team's efforts go to waste, and also so that cancellation fees don't incur. But ultimately at the end, BJ's team, not us, canceled the shoot, citing the differences in our production processes. So that's what the previous screenshot showed, that they accepted that we don't align. We didn't agree on the production budget. We had set our own budget way ahead of time so that we can confirm it. And they set their own budget way too soon to the deadline of the shoot, which is why it didn't work out.